Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Andy Mac from the DJ Cafe. So, if you're a member to any record pool, you should be able to search into the search bar Acapella in or Acapella out. Now, I like to download these because they make my life a lot, not easier when it comes to transitions, but a little bit more unique in a sense, and they're a lot more fun to play around with. So in this little quick demonstration, I'm going to show you how you can transition through a couple of tracks just using some acapellas, and it'll really hype up the crowd. In a sense, you're kind of making your own live party break. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to start off. Imagine I just played Hot in Here. I'm going to let it ride out all the way to the outro, and then I'm going to bring in my Ninja's Breaks. It has an acapella intro. It says clap your hands everybody, and everybody just clap your hands. It has a real, hype intro like that. And it goes into, some funky old school hip hop, but I'm gonna go ahead and bypass that and just strictly use the acapella in from it, and then I'm gonna immediately jump into Rapper's Delight, but still riding the acapella in. So let's go ahead and play this out, so you guys can get a sense of what I'm thinking about. Let me fast forward a little bit, so it gives me some time. And keep in mind, all these songs are not at the same BPM. Right now I have everything right about 110. But the thing is that when I go into Rapper's Delight, and as you can see, my pitch on my right and left deck are +3 right now, +3.5 maybe. When I go into Rapper's Delight, it's already at 110. So therefore, when I drop it, because I'm going to drop it straight from the mixer itself, and this is all about timing, it's going to be 113. So with the techniques I have, I can go back to 0, or I could just quickly try to ride the pitch and get it on beat. So let's go ahead and go for it, and let's see how it sounds.
Your hands, everybody, and everybody just clap your hands. Come on now, clap your hands, everybody, and everybody just clap your hands. Come on, clap your hands, everybody, and everybody just clap your hands. Come on now, clap your hands, everybody, and everybody just clap your hands. Come on now, clap your hands, everybody, and everybody just clap your hands. Come on, clap your hands, everybody, and everybody just clap your hands. Come on now.
The hip to the hip hop, you don't stop the rock.
So boom, hopefully you caught that. Basically all I did was I used the beginning of the Ninja Breaks, clap your hands everybody, as my transition point. This is all about timing. When you notice when I dropped Rapper's Delight, I dropped it from the load button on my mixer itself. You can do that from the computer straight or from your controller or whatever you have that you're using to load up your decks. The point is, though, you have to drop it on beat. This is one of those things where when you use the load button to drop stuff right on beat live in the mix without cueing it, it can be really useful, but if not planned or not practiced, it can be a train wreck. So that's definitely something that you want to avoid. Let me go ahead and load up a couple different tracks to show you a different transition that you might want to use. So in this case, I'm going to be going from Mariah Carey's Fantasy into Bounce, an acapella I got off of Club Killers. It's Snoop Dogg's. It says something along the lines of, all I want to do is make the whole crowd bounce, y'all. And then from there, I'm going to use that bounce keyword wordplay and go into Bounce it's a popular song from a few years ago by a good friend of mine who now goes by the name of Tuesday, but at the time went by the name of Liz. So if you guys haven't heard that track, or for whatever reason it was all over all the record pools, and I definitely recommend, it's one of those tracks that you should still download, and it still works in the club till this day. So let's go ahead and get into it. I'm basically going from kind of more of an R&B heading over all the way into more of a hip hop, where I want to make girls twerk and I want to make girls definitely shake their behinds and all that. So let's go ahead and get into it.
All I wanna do is make the whole crowd bounce, y'all. All I wanna do is make the whole crowd bounce, y'all. All I wanna do is make the whole crowd bounce, y'all. All I wanna do is make the all I wanna do is make the all I wanna do is make the whole crowd bounce, y'all. All I wanna do is make the whole crowd bounce, y'all. All I wanna do is make the whole crowd bounce, y'all. All I wanna do is make the all I wanna do is make the all I wanna do is make the whole crowd bounce, y'all. All I wanna do is make the whole crowd bounce, y'all. All I wanna do is make the whole crowd bounce, y'all.
Let me that ass give a round of applause. Clap, clap, clap on round back bonds. Got a red bone here, I like to had a thong.
So as you can see there, basically all I used was the wordplay transition in between those. Acapella loops or acapellas in general, acapella ins, acapella outs are very useful to use. So I'm going to do one more using an acapella out and then going into something else. So let's go ahead and get into it. So this time I'm going to be going from Single Ladies ASI El Moomba Fix Clean Acapella Out into No Diggity, the artistic raw remix. Now the Single Ladies remix I'm going to be using is very reggaeton, very Moomba-ish, and then what I'm going into is No Diggity, but it is very Moomba-tone-ish as well. So I'm definitely carrying on. This would be really good if you're transferring over from hip-hop or R&B and you're trying to go into Latin. That good in between is Moomba and reggaeton. So it's one of those things where you kind of want to build your way there before you go all the way Latin. And I can go more into depth as far as how to transition in between genres in a whole nother video. So let's go ahead and get into it. The Single Ladies has the acapella out, so I'm gonna let it ride and
snake jumping all over town.
As you can see there, I added some really kind of whack scratching at the end to give it a little bit of spice. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick little demonstration of how to use acapellas to transition between songs. Leave a like or a comment on this video if you would like to see a video on how I transition through genres. I do it quite a bit, and I definitely consider myself an open format DJ. So if you want to get a video more in depth on how to transition from R&B to say cumbias or any type of Latin or vice versa, or hip hop to EDM, definitely let me know without using transition ready tracks already. If you guys would like to see a video on how I go about doing that, please leave a like down below or leave a comment. Let me know that you want to see that. Once again, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys took something from it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.